Okay, today we're going to talk about finding slope. Okay, and actually I don't believe we're going to discuss rate of change today. So pretty much just slope. The slope of a non-vertical line is the ratio of the vertical change, the rise, to the horizontal change, the run, between any 2 points on the line. And the slope of a line is represented by the letter M. So slope of a line is change in y over change in x. Okay, change in y over change in x. Another way of saying that is just the rise over the run. Mathematically, we display that or write that as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And then in an equation, we use the letter m to denote the slope. So the direction of the slant of a line indicates positive or negative slope. So I'm about to tell you your favorite story ever, the greatest story of all time, aside from the birth of Jesus, Slope Dude. Okay, Slope Dude can only move left to right. It's the only way he knows how to ski. Okay, and as he skis up the mountain, it's hard work skiing up a mountain. And he goes puff, puff, positive, puff, puff, positive, because it's hard work skiing up a mountain. Left to right, he's going up. Okay, when Slope Dude gets to the top and goes down the mountain, he's like, man, nice, negative, right? It's easy to ski down a mountain. Okay, then when he gets to the bottom, he's skiing along and it's totally flat, and he says, this is zero fun. This is zero fun. And so when he's skiing along, right, it's zero fun, and so the slope is zero. And then he gets to the edge of the cliff, he skis all the way to the end, and he falls off the cliff. He wasn't paying attention, and he yells, undefined, as he falls off the cliff. Okay, so puff, puff, positive, nice, negative, zero fun, and undefined. Okay, and the most important part is that you read the graph just like you read words, left to right. Okay, so down here on our notes, it says find the slope of the following lines. Okay, and then you're given these two lines right here. So Slope Dude is always moving left to right. So from the red dot to the blue dot, he's going down 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1, 2, 3. So the slope would be -4 over 3. On the next one, okay, as he's moving, he's rising 2, and he's running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the slope would be 2 over 5. The bottom left, right, this is zero fun. It's 0. Mathematically, it's 0 because going from left to right, he's rising 0 and running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 goes into 0 times, so that's why it's 0. This one, he's rising 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6 and 9, what are they both divisible by? 3, so that's 2 over 3. And then this last one, okay, we can remember from up there from our favorite story, it's undefined. Okay, and mathematically it's undefined because going from the red dot to the blue dot, he's going down 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 0. And can you ever divide by 0? No. If you try to divide something by 0, it's going to give you an error message. We'll do it right here. -4 divided by 0. It says divide by 0 error because you can't define that. So that's why that slope is undefined. Okay, flip your page over and let's talk about when we're finding the slope from 2 points. Okay, so we're going to use the formula. Well, we don't want to forget that it's change in y over change in x. So that's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, and these are not exponents. They're not squaring anything. It's telling us the second y and the first y, the second x and the first x. So if we were to look at letter A, okay, I think we could all agree that this is like the first ordered pair and this is the second. So when I'm setting it up and I'm looking for y2, it's the second y. So the second y minus the first y over the second x minus the first x. So 4 minus -2, we can do keep, change, is 6. 3 minus 5 is -2. 6 over -2 is -3. Okay, let's look at letter B. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, well look what happens here. We're going to do keep, change, and I end up with -7 over 0. What happens when 0 is in the denominator? It's undefined, right? If we were to draw a little like mini graph, okay, and I were to graph these 2 points for you, okay, you have the point -3, 4, and -3, -3, and it made a horizontal or a vertical line. Okay, why don't you guys try these two on your own, and then you can unpause it and come back and we'll double check these two. Okay, so on this one, you should have done 5 minus 5 over 7 minus -2. 5 minus 5 is 0. 7 minus -2 is 9. 9 goes into 0, 0 times. Okay, and again, if we had drawn a little graph over here, we have the point -2, 5, and then 7, 5. And that would make a horizontal line, which we know has a slope of 0. Okay, and this last one, we're going to do 0 minus 5 over 0 minus 8. -5 over -8 is +5 over 8, and that would be our slope. Okay, and then the very last section says find the value of x or y so that the line passing through the 2 points has the given slope. Okay, so we're going to do the same equation, except this time we're given the slope. So y2 minus y1, 9 minus 3 over x2 minus x1, and it's going to equal our slope, 2 over 3. Okay, so if you thought proportions were never coming back, okay, you were mistaken, because here we are with a proportion. Okay, 9 minus 3 is 6. 2 times 6, right, I'm doing the butterfly, is 12. And then I have x minus 2 times 3. Okay, so 12 equals 3x minus 6. Then I can add 6 to both sides to get 18 is 3x, and then divide by 3 to get 6 equals x. So if this was a 6, 9 minus 3 would be 6. Over 6 minus 2 would be 4, and 6 over 4 simplifies to 3 over 2, so I know I got it right. Okay, and then let's look at this one. We have y2 minus y1, 15 minus 7, over x2 minus x1. And you're like, what is happening? Because that is a fraction, right? That's weird. Okay, we're going to set it up like we know how we're supposed to. And then our slope is 4, which is just the same thing as 4 over 1. So now I'm going to do the butterfly. 1 times this, okay, like that. So 1 times 15 minus 7 is 8. So 1 times 8 is 8. And that equals 4 times -10 minus x over 2. Okay, so let's think about this. I can distribute this 4, or I can be real crafty. If I divided this side by 4, if I do the same thing over here, check it out, it cancels. So I have 2 equals -10 minus x over 2. Now I'm going to add 10 to both sides. So I have 12 equals -x over 2. Multiply both sides by 2 to get 24 is -x. So if 24 is -x, then -24 is x. Okay, so let's see. If I plug in negative 24 up here, negative 24 divided by 2 is negative 12. So let's work it out and see if it makes a true statement here. Okay, so y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, because it was negative 24 divided by 2 is negative 12. 15 minus 7 is 8. Negative 10 minus negative 12 is positive 2. 8 over 2 is 4, which is what I wanted.